Today on TK Aquarium Adventures, Fahaka Puffer care tips and a live feeding at the end. Stay tuned. Hey guys, just wanted to do a video on Fahaka Puffer care. A lot of you have watched the video about Bruce, our Fahaka Puffer. As I said before, the Fahaka Puffer comes from the Nile River in Africa. It is the second largest freshwater puffer in the world, next to the Mabu puffer. To care for a Fahaka Puffer is actually fairly easy. With Bruce, we got him when he was really small, about an inch long. We bought him back in April of last year. He's in his own tank. Fahaka Puffers are very territorial and very aggressive, so he has to be by himself. Right now he's in a 37 gallon. We plan on getting him a larger tank as he keeps growing to live in. And he is probably the coolest fish I've ever owned. And I've owned Oscars, I've owned all kinds of African cichlids, and he is by far the coolest fish I've owned. To take care of them is pretty simple. They like the water to be in the range of 75 to 82 degrees. We keep his tank at 78 degrees. They have a 10-year lifespan, so we've had him a year now. They like the pH to be between 7.0 and 8.0. And like I said, since they're really aggressive, you definitely want to keep them by themselves. We feed Bruce all kinds of different things. He eats snails, ghost shrimp, scallops, regular cocktail shrimp he'll eat now that he's big enough. And we fed him his first crayfish the other day, which we'll do a feeding today on the end of the video of him eating a couple of crayfish. We bought a couple of them, and he went to town. So as far as their tank conditions, Bruce's tank, like I said, is a 37 gallon. We've got ultrafine sand in there. He really likes the sand. Sand's really good for them because Fahaka Puffers don't have scales. They have like skin kind of like a shark. So the sand is really good for their skin. It's nice and soft. He'll bury himself sometimes if he gets scared in here, which is pretty cool to see. You come out, you see his eyeballs sticking out. And then all these divots that are down there in the sand that you see, that's him searching for snails. And what he'll do is he'll blow at the sand and push it away, looking for snails that are buried in the sand. So that's all those divots you see in there. He's always hungry. Since their stomachs can expand, they'll eat and eat and eat, and they won't stop until you stop feeding them. Like I said, they get about 18 inches when fully grown, so we're hoping we can get Bruce to that size. He is really cool to look at and watch. My wife loves him. She'll grab a snail out of one of the tanks, because we have plenty of tanks that are full of nuisance snails, and she'll feed them. And he's literally always hovering the grass looking at you, looking for food. That's all he ever wants. He is probably one of the easier fish that I've ever kept. I just have a hang-on back filter for him. And he's very simple. We do a water change once a month on here. You'll see all the snail carcasses that are down at the bottom. That's from when he eats all the snails and he poops out the shells. So yeah, the goal is to probably get him a 125 gallon tank that he'll just have on his own once he gets big enough. Now, pufferfish can get expensive to feed just because once they get larger, they'll eat whole clams. And he'll eat, like I said, crayfish. He'll eat pretty much anything, and you want to also make sure you're feeding him stuff that has a shell. That way, the shells will help control their beak because they don't have teeth. They have a large beak, and the shell will grind that down. So you always want to feed them stuff that has a shell. Whether it's when he was little, he would eat ghost shrimp that I would get at the local store. Now we're up to crawfish. And yeah, he's really cool. And he's not camera shy. So okay, we're gonna get him some crawfish to eat. We got 3 of them. We're gonna pour them in the tank and see how he does with them. Yesterday he tore one up pretty good. Alright guys, well I know I said we were going to do 3, but we'll just do 2 today, and we'll save 1 for another day since we did 1 yesterday. So we're gonna pour the 2 crayfish in the tank. He seems to really like them because he can see them in the container. Here they are right here, and he is trying to get at them. So let's get these guys poured into his tank, maybe. There goes 1, and there goes 2. Oh. He just sucks them down. Look at that. Oh, sees the other one. That seems to be his go for. He rips the tails off first. And it's over. Well guys, I hope you liked this video on our Fahaka Puffer. Like I said, to recap the video, it's very simple fish to take care of. Just, it's the only one you can keep in the tank for that specific reason right there. So appreciate you guys' support. If you do me a favor, hit the like button and subscribe. I much appreciate it. And stick around for more adventures. Thanks guys.